In the short time the mayor has been in office, she has accomplished more for the community than any of her predecessors did in their entire term.
One more time, I'm sorry, Madam Mayor.
Oh, go ahead.
One more time, I am clearing the room. Okay? Okay. Ms. Avant, no, they don't. When it's a safety issue, it falls under the police department.
And to our attorney, it is a disgrace that you will not explain to this body what the rules of the First Amendment are. Total violation, so continue to get your check.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Dima, Inspector Gadget. April Fool's Day is typically a time where we make pranks and jokes, making somebody believe that something isn't true on that particular day. And if you believe it, you're a fool. But there's only been 2 times that I can think about in American history that I know about that an April Fool's Day joke was actually true. Rewind, Dima! The year is 1984, April 1st. My Aunt Charlotte calls my mom, and while mom picks up the phone, she says, Marvin Gaye has just been killed. My mom was like, you're lying, April Fools. Nope, it's actually true. Marvin Gaye Jr. was killed by Marvin Gaye Sr. in Los Angeles. That was actually true, not an April Fool's joke. But you know what else wasn't an April Fool's joke? Fast forward, Dima! April 1st, 2024. Exactly 40 years from that day that Marvin Gaye lost his life, the city of Dolton had a city council meeting open to the public. And you want to know what? It wasn't an April Fool's joke at all. It was dead serious. But then again, it was a joke. Rewind, Dima! The residents of Dolton had an opportunity to talk about their disgraced mayor, Tiffany Henyard, in ways we're going to find out. And it was so prolific, I have to break this up in 2 parts. I want to give a time to each individual person as we discuss their point of view. Let's start off with this guy who's not even from Dolton, but nearby Riverdale.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. I wanted to come out tonight as a neighboring resident in the village of Riverdale. And I like to see people involved in the media. But here it is, I have an indicted mayor that's serving in our community, and we don't have this much media coverage going on. But we over here having media coverage here, and we don't put out the good things that is happening. But you guys got to connect the dots, D-O-T-T-S, dots. All of this stuff is coming about because you got individuals fighting for seats. But I'm going to tell you, don't repeat history. And when I say don't repeat history, you better look in the city of Harvey. The city of Harvey had a mayor that the people wanted out so bad. And now you look and see what they got. You got to be careful. And one thing I want to say to the residents of Dolton, make sure you guys educate yourself. The trustees should not be having meetings outside of meetings that's already been scheduled by the governing body. You set your meetings at the beginning of the year and you meet. And then I wanted to say, I'm never known as being a former trustee where always that one trustee is always the mayor pro tem. You're supposed to take a vote, and amongst your vote, once the meeting is set, then you take your mayor pro tem. But I also want to caution you guys. I did my research. Bert Olson is not a very good attorney. Take a look at the village of South Village. Same things is happening. The mayor in Maywood is going through the same thing. He causes chaos when he don't get what he wants. So I'm telling you guys, pay attention.
All right, so first of all, I have no idea why that dude is even up there. I mean, that's even petty when this city is going through everything. You live by in Riverdale. You shouldn't even be there. Bruh, you should just be sitting down. In all honesty, like even if I was there at the board meeting, Why would I even talk about something that I don't live or pay taxes in that particular place? You're taking up time for people who actually live there, and you're just a clout chaser. But this next individual, Mary Avant, is going to address him and others in this clip.
Good evening, Mary Avant, resident of Dolton. To all the department heads sitting on the dais for the last few meetings, you've decided to share your comments and your feelings. We don't want it and we don't need it. You are not allowed to answer any of the residents' concerns, so why would I hope or want to hear anything from you other? You don't know if you don't live here or pay taxes here, but your thoughts and concerns would be different if you did. Number two, Andrew Holmes in his absence, maybe he's in the back listening. The nerve of you to sit in the seat as a trustee here with the allegations. The people put you in the seat to serve as a trustee to the residents, not to the mayor. You say you're an activist of law enforcement. Well, I was an officer in the trenches for 25 years. That meant doing the work, not talking the talk, not looking for a camera at every turn. I was locking people up, even took a bullet, all in the name of being a public servant for the people. In light of the allegations, I, as a resident of Dolton, former law enforcement officer and female, along with other Dolton residents, would like to see you display some integrity and step down pending the outcome of this investigation. And to our attorney, it is a disgrace that you will not explain to this body what the rules of the First Amendment are. Total violation, so continue to get your check.
Give her a round of applause. Because you know what she said? She was like, listen, you don't even live here. The other guy that was up there and some of these people, you don't pay taxes here. And if you lived here, you'd have a different perspective. So stay out of our business. Also, demanding that Tiffany Henyard resigns. Give her a round of applause. Now, this next individual we know very well by now, Miss Valerie Stubbs, or Mrs. Valerie Stubbs. She used to be a police officer in Dolton. Gunshots! And she's the person that has also alleged that Tiffany Henyard sent some people to her house and gunshots again had it shot up. This lady, right? She also ran for mayor in the past and was a long-time employee of the city of Dolton. Let's hear what she has to say.
Good evening, residents. Good evening, Board of Trustees, the four of you all. I'm tired of our rules and regulations change every time we have a meeting. Okay? First of all, it's not public comment because the ordinance have never, ever been changed. Correct me if I'm wrong, Trustee House. Right. So, is that the 2 minutes? Or y'all got something else going on? Okay? Let me know. And, well, you know what you're doing. You're violating our rights. And that's a shame that our rights are being violated. For clapping, they tried to put me out last month, you know, and it don't make sense. Make this make sense to me. And I'm agreeing with Mary. I'm asking for Andrew Holmes to step down, which he should have never been in that seat in the first place because he never lived here. So stop blowing smoke up the residents' behinds because this is ridiculous and I'm tired of it. Mayor, you might as well step down too, you know, because I'm tired of that too.
Give her a round of applause. I've seen her do a one-on-one interview with Hannibal is Hungry. Shout out to that YouTube channel. The brother's doing a great job. Now the next person, can I get a da 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 sound effect? All right, I'm not gonna go so hard on this sister because again, I don't know whose mama this is or auntie or whatever. But this sister is going to say some interesting things in support of Tiffany Henyard. Let's play the clip.
Good afternoon. Good evening, our fellow residents of Dolton. I want to take this time to express my deepest gratitude to Tiffany Henyard and her team for their commendable efforts to better our community. As a longtime resident of Dolton, I have witnessed the transformative impact of 3 different administrations. However, it is under Mayor Henyard's tenure that I have felt the most connected and valued. In the short time the mayor has been in office, she has accomplished more for the community than any of her predecessors did in their entire term. Making me feel proud to be a part of Dolton. Under Mayor Henyard's leadership, we have seen significant improvement in our community infrastructure, paved alleys, snow removal services, have made our roads safer and more accessible. Furthermore, FEMA supportive services have ensured that we have the help that is needed in time of crisis.
All right, so obviously this particular lady, I don't know if she had some Hennessy or some on the way up there, but definitely she wrote that, typed it up there. I don't know if she was paid to be up there, but again, she kind of pissed people off. And one thing that you should notice is that there are people outside, if you can hear the noise out there. So that's the problems that we're talking about. And the police is going to also talk about that too, here and there. He's going to threaten to shut down the meeting, which I'll get to in another video, but you're going to hear people yelling in the back. There are people protesting in the back. And this next individual is going to bring that to light here.
Good evening. I'm almost rendered speechless by that last public commenter. Some people are easy to please, I guess. But first of all, what's going on out there is ridiculous. I understand safety, and if there was a credible threat, as you say, Chief Lacey, there should have been a better plan in place. People should have been informed. People show up expecting to come to a public meeting and to have access. So this is the result of not having a structured plan in place for the credible threat that you said was warranted. People are frustrated. They want answers. They want transparency. They want what these four trustees, Trustee Norwood, Trustee Tammy Brown, Trustee House, Trustee Kiana Belcher, and Clerk Keys want. And I'm appalled that the one trustee that's sitting there doesn't want the same thing. I mean, I don't even know how you can honor the seat that you were elected to. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. In absentia, Andrew Holmes does need to step down. He's also a disgrace. It's only a matter of time before everything is brought to the forefront. And people will be satisfied at that point. People will be satisfied. They want change. They want better. We want better. So I just think that this is ridiculous. It's disrespectful. And to speak about safety, this is unsafe. I got pushed. Other people got pushed just trying to get into a public meeting. That's unsafe. So let's talk about everyone's safety, not just the mayor's. Thank you.
Okay. Obviously, she was also pissed off, this lady, that the other person said what she said, but we're also bringing out the fact that people are outside. And keep in mind, Mr. Andrew Holmes, one of the trustees who is being blamed for booty clapping sounds, taking cheeks, he didn't even show up. So he's looking hella guilty. All right. But now this last lady, who's an older lady, she's going to come up and talk about how she feels about the mayor.
Good evening to everyone, to the mayor, the trustees, and all the residents here. I have not been in Dolton as long as many of you, but under Mayor Henyard, I have seen things change for the seniors and things that she have done and what things she have done for me and my spouse personally. The problem is we are divided, and when you are divided, we will fall. So we need to come together and support her. You might not agree with me, but that is my opinion. Together we stand, divided we fall. And understand that we'll be just like the children of Israel in the Bible when Moses went up and got the commandments and came down and everybody was doing their own thing. And they've been traveling around in the wilderness for the longest. And if we keep up with this attitude, we will be traveling around in the wilderness for a long time also. Thank you.
All right. So if you guys didn't know, Tiffany Henyard just did a senior citizen program, especially seniors for women. So of course, a lot of seniors, from what I understand, I won't say a lot, but she does have those seniors who do like her. She did have a 3rd annual Women Empowerment meeting, which included a lot of the seniors. So a lot of the seniors are people who vote more. And this lady is talking about we need to be united. I've seen things like this in black churches where you have a corrupt pastor and you have people asking the other side, we need to stick together and support this corrupt leader. And really, it just makes people hate that individual more often, or more or less. Not to say that she deserves to be hated, but I've seen it happen in my home church. You know, we had a pastor. He was like Tiffany Henyard, and then people were urging the other side to get behind this pastor and let's not be divided. Well, the division became because of the corrupt leader. So you want people to unite and support somebody who's a crook, all because you've seen things get better for yourself without understanding things are getting worse for everyone else. So the whole gist of it, I'm going to do a part 2 because there's so many other things going on that happened at this particular meeting. The first thing that we should know is that, hey, Andrew Holmes was not there. There was a lot of people outside, and the police officer, he keeps threatening to close down the meeting. We'll come back for part 2. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Shay Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk Guy. Appreciate you for all you do. Scare the bell. We're out.